It usually starts when nothing is even wrong. You are folding laundry, driving home, falling asleep, standing in the cereal aisle of a grocery store, and your brain decides to show you a scene. A scene where someone leaves. A scene where someone is angry with you. A scene where you get the bad news. A scene where you say the wrong thing in the meeting. A scene where your partner stops loving you. A scene where the person you care about disappears, and you are alone. You did not ask for this. You were not even worried a second ago. And still, your mind plays the movie, in detail, with dialogue, with facial expressions, with a soundtrack of your own racing heartbeat. And by the end of it, your body feels like it actually happened. Your chest is tight, your eyes sting, your stomach drops. You catch yourself blinking back tears over something that did not occur, over a goodbye that was never said, over an argument that no one started, over a loss that has not arrived. And maybe you wonder, what is wrong with me? Why does my brain do this? Why am I grieving things that haven't even happened? But what if this is not a malfunction? What if your brain is not broken? What if this is something it learned to do, to protect you? Psychologists have a name for this: anticipatory grief, catastrophizing, pre-emptive rehearsal. Different words for the same survival strategy. Your brain is trying to soften a future blow by feeling it now. It is trying to give you a head start on the pain, so the pain has less power when it actually arrives. It is trying to make you prepared, trying to make you ready, trying to make sure nothing catches you off guard ever again. Because somewhere in your story, something did catch you off guard. Maybe someone left without warning. Maybe a phone call changed everything. Maybe you trusted something and it shattered. Maybe one day was normal and the next day was not. And your nervous system remembers. It remembers what it felt like to be unprepared. It remembers what it felt like to be blindsided. It remembers what it felt like to have the floor disappear under your feet. And it made a quiet promise to itself. Never again. Never again will I not see it coming. Never again will I be the one standing there in shock. Never again will I be soft when the world is hard. So now your brain runs simulations. It rehearses bad news in advance. It writes breakup speeches in the shower. It imagines worst-case scenarios at red lights. It practices grief on regular Tuesday afternoons. Not because you are dramatic, not because you are anxious for no reason, but because some part of you decided, if I can imagine it first, it will not be able to destroy me. And there is a strange logic to this. If I have already cried about losing them, then when they leave, I will be okay. If I have already pictured the bad news, then when it comes, I will be ready. If I have already grieved them, then no one can take them from me by surprise. But here is the part that hurts. It does not actually work. The pain does not get smaller because you rehearsed it. The loss does not become easier because you imagined it. The grief does not arrive less powerful because you prepared. You just suffer twice. You suffer the fake version your brain showed you. And then you suffer the real version when life delivers something. Sometimes the same thing. Sometimes something completely different that you never thought to rehearse. And in between, you suffer all the moments that were never actually painful. The quiet evenings you couldn't enjoy because you were busy imagining them ending. The healthy relationships you couldn't trust because you were busy rehearsing their collapse. The good news you couldn't celebrate because you were already bracing for it to be taken away. The peace you couldn't accept because part of you was certain it had to be temporary. Anticipatory grief steals the present to pay a future that may never arrive. And the cruelest part is, it convinces you that all this preparation is what's keeping you safe. You believe that if you stop rehearsing, you will be caught off guard again. You believe that if you let yourself feel safe, something terrible will sneak up behind you. You believe vigilance is love. You believe worry is responsibility. You believe rehearsing pain is the price of being prepared. But preparation that costs you the present is not protection. It is just suffering on a schedule. And maybe somewhere inside you is the part of you that learned this strategy. A younger version of you who could not afford another surprise. A version of you who had to start watching the horizon early because the storms came without warning. A version of you who decided to grieve in advance because grieving in real time was too dangerous. That version of you was trying to keep you alive. She was not weak. She was not dramatic. She was paying attention. She was using the only tool she had. And she is still inside you, still rehearsing, still scanning, still trying to make sure that nothing ever blindsides you again. So this is not about shaming her. It is about gently telling her, you can rest now. Because here is what is also true. You have survived every single thing your brain told you would destroy you. You have survived the goodbyes you did not see coming. You have survived the news that arrived without rehearsal. You have survived the bad days you never imagined in advance. You did not survive them because you rehearsed them. You survived them because you are someone who survives. Not because you saw it coming, because you kept going after. And that strength does not disappear when you stop rehearsing. It is not stored in the rehearsal. It is stored in you. So the next time your brain starts the movie, you do not have to fight it. You do not have to shame it. You can simply notice it. You can say, I see you. I know you are trying to protect me. I know you think if you show me the worst case, I will be ready for it. But I do not need to live through it twice. I do not need to grieve something that is still here. I do not need to rehearse losing what I have not lost. And then you bring your attention back to the laundry in your hands, to the road in front of you, to the cereal on the shelf, to the breath in your chest, to the person who is actually beside you, right now, real, still here, still yours for this moment. You may not be able to stop the movies completely. The brain that learned this will not unlearn it overnight. But every time you choose to come back, you teach your body something new, that the present is allowed to be safe, that you are allowed to feel love without bracing for its end, that you are allowed to receive a good day without paying for it with imagined loss. You are not weak for catastrophizing. You are someone who learned that safety was conditional, someone who tried to outrun pain by meeting it early, but you do not have to meet it early anymore. The pain will come when it comes, and so will you, because you have always come, every single time. So let the present be the present. Let the people you love be here. Let the good day be good without being paid for. Let your brain pause the movie, just for now. Nothing has to be lost yet. Nothing has to hurt yet. And maybe today, just for now, you can let that be enough.